for us. There is no way that you can get to this point in this book without knowing that you're saved. When you get to this point in the book, you've gone through chapter 7 where Paul wrestled with himself. When he wanted to do good, evil was present. And towards the end of chapter 7, he realized that he was thankful to God for the victory through Jesus Christ. How many know we always win when we let Jesus go with us?
Oh, yes.
So I always call Romans chapter 8 the victorious chapter. It is the conquering chapter because Paul has gone through some stuff. But he's found out that if he just make Jesus the head of his life, it's going to be all right. And this is Missionary Day, where we are emphasizing the work of the missionary. We're emphasizing how that the missionaries are recruiting today and saying, come walk with us and come and be on our mission with us as we go out and minister in the neighborhood, in the church, to those who are less fortunate. We sing the song, "This is our mission." So I stopped by to tell you today that it's hard to be a missionary when you don't understand that you need to walk a certain way. You can't walk like you don't know who God is. You can't walk intimidated. You can't do all that stuff. You have to know who you are, and you have to have some victories in your life. How many know that when God gives you victory in one area, he just gets you ready for another area? Because we all stand in some need, somewhere, somehow, any day, anyhow, anyway, anyhow. And so when we walk as a conqueror, we're walking as victims. Lord, I got victory over some things in my life. I got victory over some things in my life, Lord, and I'm just happy about it. And so today we want to talk about the walk of a conqueror. Ephesians chapter 4, verse 1 tells us we ought to walk worthy of the vocation where we've been called. God has called us to a vocation, so we ought to, our conduct, another way for a word for walk is conduct. Our conduct ought to be as a Christian where we'll walk worthy of what Christ has paid for us. How he died on the cross for our sin. How he took on all the humility, all the insults, all the blasphemy, all those things except call him the Son of God. And so we ought to walk worthy of that. Our salvation is not cheap. It was very costly. Christ, who was the Spirit as God is, had to take on a body to pay the price for our sins. So we ought to walk worthy of that. So Paul talks a lot of it about how we ought to walk. In Ephesians chapter 5, verse 15 to 16, he says, "See then that you walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise. Remember the time, because the days are evil." So, when we talk about the missionary walk, you know, even at the annual conference, the missionaries are all dressed in white. And on missionary night, we walk down the aisle. They walk down the aisle, and I'm leading forward. The marchers are dressed in white garment, and they're stepping high and proud to be missionaries. But I want to say something to you today. You can walk proud with the assurance. If you just walking as a missionary is not enough. But they are proudly walking as they walk down, and we paid what we were supposed to pay to be able to be a $100 march, and we're excited about the missionary organization. Well, in our text today, we're talking about a walk that if you don't really understand how God has blessed us, how God has blessed you, you don't really know how to really walk. It's all right to walk one way at a conference, but it's a different story when you're having troubles in your life. When, like Sister Bertie on yesterday was with her husband, and today he's already deceased. You got to know more than your relatives and your friends that surround you. You need to understand that you need to have some assurance that, hey, I might be by myself, but I'm not alone. Can I get a witness? I might not have people all around me, but I'm not alone. So therefore today, the walk of a conqueror means that I walk in victory. I walk in my blessings. I walk like God has done something for me because I know He truly has. So therefore, the first point that I want to make is in verses 1 through 4. Now that we're in Christ Jesus, I'm just giving you some points. Is that we don't have to worry about the law. We're free from the law because no matter how much the law could show us what we needed to be and what God desired, there was no way we could keep the whole law. We could do good all day long and mess up on one. We'd be guilty of the whole law. So we just thank God now that we're beyond the law, but we're under the age of grace where God has blessed us. He set aside the law. Christ set it aside when He kept it perfect because no man is perfect enough to keep the law. Christ kept the law of the letter perfect, and He paid the price, and now the law has been set aside, and now all I have to do is let the Spirit lead me and guide me as I study the Word of God and as I work in His vineyard. So we need to walk in victory, realizing that if I mess up and were to die right then, it doesn't mean that I'm lost. Somebody today might be sitting here. You're still trying to be saved by the law. And I want to let you know something here today. The law can't save you. It can just warn you and instruct you. So therefore, we can walk in victory knowing that Christ has already paid the price. And that's set the law aside. Secondly, in verses 5 through 12. And this will give you something to read this week. My point is, now in those verses, it tells us how that we have victory over the flesh. Well, let me just read one of the verses. In verse 5. And it would help if I got it in Romans. I know it was looking funny. I'm trying to figure out why it looking funny. I was in Acts. But look at verse 5. Those who live according to the sinful nature have their minds set on what the nature desires. But those who live in accordance with the Spirit have their minds set on what the Spirit desires. The mind of the sinful man is death, but the mind controlled by the Spirit is life and peace. The sinful mind is hostile to God and does not submit to God's law, nor can it do so. Those who are controlled by the sinful nature cannot please God. Verse 9, you, however, are controlled not by the sinful nature, but by the Spirit. Isn't that good today to know that I can walk as a conqueror because right now I have victory over my flesh. When the flesh lusts and desires, now through the power of Christ, now I can have power over my flesh. Where I used to hate folk, I can love folk. I can really love myself. You know, one of the reasons some of us can't get along with nobody else, because we don't really like ourselves, not love ourselves. We don't even like ourselves, but when you come to know Christ as your personal Savior, for the first time in your life, you can love yourself just like you are. Can I get a witness? You understand that as you study, you need to change, but you can love yourself. And one of the reasons a lot of us can't love other folk, because we really don't love ourselves. We're always in competition. We can't give somebody a nice compliment because we have an inferiority complex. But I stopped by to tell you that right now we have victory over the flesh. We might not always use that victory, but we have it. That's how we walk. That's how our conduct is the conduct of a conqueror. Where I used to hate, now I love. Where I used to worry, now I don't worry anymore. Oh, sometimes something might take us back when they come all of a sudden. I'm sure Bertie is in pain this morning. But you know what? She's going to get a grip. Can I get a witness in the house? She might be having problems right now, but we've all been through some things, and we've all gotten through. But how many know it was God that took us through? And so that's what this morning, I stop by to tell you that the walk of a conqueror is that we understand that we're not under law, but we're under grace now. Not only that, but we have victory over the flesh. And in verses 14 through 17, we have the victory will not be long. Let me share some with you. One of the biggest problems in the world we have today is the absence of love. I think it begins when children are young. They don't feel the love of their parents sometimes. Other folk come in and tell them how bad they are, and how ugly they are, and all those things. And they begin to shape that personality. But I want to let you know something here today. Matter of fact, I read a report one time that says one of the main reasons ladies prostitute themselves out to others is because their pimp makes them feel like he loves them all. Can I get a witness? Now, I'm not talking about what I heard. This is statistic facts. And one of the reasons that a lot of us have problems in our lives is because we have never felt love. Can I get a witness in the house there? We never felt like somebody really cared about us. Not what we wore, not what our hair looked like, not what our complexion was, but they just didn't like us. But I stopped by to tell you today, for the first time in your life, I can have victory over myself and know that I belong to a heavenly crowd. I belong to a godly crowd. I belong to a praising crowd. I come to a crowd that has assurance to know that God will never leave us nor forsake us. He's with us all through the time. I don't know about you, but you might not feel like you belong today. But I start out to tell you today that you do belong. If you know Jesus Christ as your personal Savior, just go back and read it sometime. I believe when you read verses 14 through 17, you'll understand that we belong to a real group. Matter of fact, verse 17 tells us we are heirs of God. Oh, y'all hear me say it the other day. And we are joint heirs with Christ. What that means is we got a double whammy. Whatever God has, we have it. And whatever Jesus has, we have that too. And you know what? We don't have to die to get it. Can I get a witness? I can have joy in my life this morning. I can have peace in my life this morning. I can have kindness in my heart this morning. I can have healing also this morning. I want to let you know something that it's good to know that we belong. Because we are members of an awesome team. The Godhead mighty. And then I like verses 18 through 25. I want you to read these verses sometime. Let's look at verse 18. I consider that our present suffering are not worthy to be compared with the glory that be revealed in us. Oh, that's awesome, y'all. And so I'm entitled Victory Over Suffering. See, we have to stand up in our victory right now. We have to be conquerors right now as we're going through some trials in our life. We have to be victors right now because when we look at the magnitude of our suffering and when we compare it with eternal glory, it is no comparison. How many know that up there there's some gold streets up there? How many know there's some, somebody ought to say hallelujah. How many know up there the sun shines all the time? How many know up there there's no storms and earthquakes and all that stuff? But every day is Sunday and Sabbath will have no end. And somebody said, we're going to be there. So this morning, I want you to understand something, that the walk of a conqueror means more than just putting on the white. But the conqueror means that we have some assurance that we're not alone. And we have somebody that is stronger than we are. Stronger than our circumstances. And sometimes the only way we can get through is to know that God is going to make a way somehow. Can I get a witness in the house? When I suffer, I understand that God's going to have to do something for me. Can I get a witness? So somebody just ought to say hallelujah now. You know, when I suffer, I know I'm not alone. And when I suffer, I don't know how long it might be, but I do know that there's somebody suffering right along with me. God will. He'll make a way somehow. I just have to wait on him. See what the end is going to be, but I know it's going to be good. I know that God wouldn't allow us to fail because God loves us. Missionaries, to be a real missionary, you have to walk as a victor. Your conduct has to be that I'm not going to get involved with petty stuff. Because my conquest is high. God has called me to be a higher person than that. How many know that if you play with the pigeons, you're going to attract some hawks? But if you play with the eagle, you're going to fly high. Can I get a witness? God didn't make us to soar down here on the ground, but he made us to fly in our conduct like eagles, way above the fray and all of the pettiness and all the stuff that keeps the church from being what it ought to be, because somebody said, I got to have it my way. I didn't play my song. Somebody said, I came and you didn't minister to me. Well, what are you ministering to other folk with? Have you given anything back? Or you just come like a sponge to suck it all up? Come in and hear the music. Come in and hear the praying. Come in and hear the preaching and all that stuff, and then you don't give out nothing. Don't you know? Nothing from nothing leaves nothing. But when you have something and you feel something, God gives back to you. Can I get a witness in the house? I know what I'm talking about. I've been up and I've been down. I might have even been sideways. But how many know I'm walking right now straight up? God will make a way. I know he will. Well, let me move on. And the fifth thing that I want to say to you today is that walk of a conqueror means that we have victory in our prayer life. I ask you sometime to read verse 26 and 27, because it says, in the same way the Spirit helps us in our weakness. We don't know what we ought to pray for, but the Spirit himself intercedes with us, groaning, and we can't even know. How many know that? When you know God through Jesus Christ, I already have the victory in my prayer. Because the scripture says, if we confess our sins, that was in our response to reading. God is faithful and just to forgive us for our sins and to cleanse us from all unrighteousness. And you read over in John chapter 9, you find that God does not hear a sinner's prayer. Y'all listen to me. And so therefore I know when I pray, I can't pray with unconfessed sin in my life. I need to come clean with God and say, God, you were right. I am wrong. And now, God, I lift it all to you. My sins, Lord, my supplications, my thanksgiving to you. And I believe that when we do it like that, God somehow will answer our prayer. And I'm going to let you know something else. The scripture, Romans chapter 8, verse 28, that cannot be real in your life if you have not come through the steps that we've already come through. If you have not come through and trusted God and allowed God to help you in your lives to know that God somehow is going to make a way, Romans 28 don't mean a lot to you. It sounds good, but what does it mean in your life? And we know that in all things, God works together for good, for those that love him, to those that are called against his purpose. Now, as I was studying this, I was thinking, because when people die, you try to minister to them and comfort them. And so often you don't know what to say to them. And people are saying, now don't come up to me with Romans 8:28. Because I'm going through some stuff and this can't be good because I lost my relative. I've lost my friend. And I stopped by to say this morning, the scriptures are our comfort. And the Bible says God is going to work it out. Somehow you need to say it in a loving way that I might not understand all you're going through, But I do understand one thing, that God is going to work it out. Can I get a witness in how? I think you have to comfort people with the scriptures that we have been comforted with. I don't know about you, but when I get in trouble, I always say, I don't know what's going on. I don't know how, but I know God is going to work it out. I know that I'm going to come out on the other side a better person. I might lose some friends along the way, but that's all right because they weren't friends anyway. Can I get a witness? They were just hanging on. They were just leeches. They were just sucking you dry. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But when I understand that it's God who has put us where we are. It's God who has brought us a mighty long way. It's God who has made our enemies our footstool. It's God who woke us out. Y'all don't hear me. It's God who woke us up this morning. It's God who started us on our way. When I really know that about God, I can have the assurance that I can stretch my hand to thee. No other help I know. I know God is somehow, He's going to work it out. Well, I come to the passage now that was read earlier in your hearing. Not only does God work it out, but it says, we know one thing for sure, that nothing can separate us from the love of God. Are y'all listening to me here today? I'm glad that whatever comes my way, whatever betides, I've got the assurance that God will take care of me. And God will take care of you. He said that we are more than conquerors through Jesus Christ, who loved us so much. How many feel the love of God in the house today? But God loved us so much that He gave His only begotten Son, and whosoever believeth in Him shall not perish. Somebody says, shall not perish. Shall not perish. But have everlasting life. And so I'm glad to stand up and say today that I was a man who had a lot. And when you have a lot, sometimes you lose a lot. Sometimes you don't have a home of your own. Can I get a witness? Sometimes you're broke and don't have a dime. Can I get a witness? Sometimes you don't know how you're going to make it. You just know you're going to make it. Can I get a witness? But I stop by to tell you that God will make a way somehow. What shall separate me from the love of God? Can trials, can tribulations, can death, can peril, can a sword. Scripture says nothing can separate me from the love of God. And so I walk as a conqueror because I know Christ has already overcome. I can walk as a conqueror because I know Christ has already paved the way for us. I can walk as a conqueror because I'm more than a victor in Christ who loved me. I can walk as a conqueror because I've got purpose in my life. Now, I know God didn't save me just to look good, but God saved me to use me in the these wild days for when night cometh, no man can work. And I love the Lord because He heard my cry. He pitied every groan. And as long as I live, and so I wait to hear His voice. That's what I got to say to you today. No matter what you're going through, God is still with you. God always makes a way somehow. He'll pick you up when you're down. When your enemies come against you, He'll make them your footstool. You better understand something. We're more than conquerors through Christ, who loves us so. So I got joy today, but I'm not happy as I was yesterday. Yesterday everything was going fine. I mean, yesterday everything was going fine. But on the day early this morning, I got a call. How many know life is like that? Sometimes you're going high and maybe you shut down and you lie. Can I get with me? But I start to tell you, God will. I'm trying to call you today. I said, God will. I said, He will make a way because he will take you through. I know many here have joy today, but many are not happy. Another brother or sister is going through. And so I know the church is going to go through with you. But missionaries, you can't be on a mission if you know who you're on a mission for and what he has done for you. Because I tell you, who can make you cuss? Who can drive you back in? Don't you know there are a lot of people out there that know as much about the Bible as you do? But when I go, in the name of Jesus, I take it with me, Brother Lynn. And I have never come up warning yet. Amen? Amen. Stand up if you do. There might be one here today. There might be someone who'd like to make Jesus their Savior today. He's calling. Come unto me. You that are weak and heavy laden, I will give you rest.